At this time, the chair recognizes Councilmember Driscoll, who will present a resolution honoring and congratulating the Father Judge High School boys basketball team for winning the 2025 PIAA 6A championship. With Thomas Coyle and those accompanying them, please join the council member at the podium.
Isaiah.
Joining Councilmember Driscoll is Councilmember O'Neill, Councilmember Harity, and Councilmember Thomas. And Thomas Coyle is the athletic director.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Today's a very special day for me personally to have a team in my district not only win the Catholic League Championship, but then go on several weeks later to win the state championship. It's a school that's been near and dear to my heart since I was a little boy. For those of you who are old enough to remember the Catholic school system, when I was at St. Martin de Tours, the wonderful nuns from the IHM, they would tell you where you were going, when you were going, and how you were going. And I thought, up until February of my 8th grade year, I thought I was going to Father Judge. And I explained to some of the champions today, I was very disappointed to learn in February of that year that I would be going to Cardinal Doherty High School instead of Father Judge High School. The beautiful thing about that was that I not only maintained my friendships from the older guys and my brother who went to Father Judge, but I had a whole new class of friends from Cardinal Doherty. And as Father Campolone likes to say when I see him, he says, Mike, you'll always be an adopted member of Father Judge community. So I'm thrilled to be here today on behalf of these young men. This is not just an academic or athletic achievement. This is much more than that. Father Judge High School for Boys wants to make sure these young men not only succeed in their athletic programs, in their spirituality, in their academic programs, they want to make sure these young men are prepared to go into life. And that's why I'm always proud to support the programming up at Father Judge High School. They now, Leader Richardson, I know you've been there, they now have an academic wing and, a program with welding and the trades. And so these young men are coming out with opportunities to go on to college or go on to make $100,000 in the trades right away. So, but that's not what we're celebrating today. What we're celebrating is this wonderful achievement of these young men. The early morning hours they had to get up, the late nights, the practices, balancing their schedules with their academics. And so we as a council invited you here today to present to you and to the school a proclamation proclaiming your wonderful achievement. So I'll start out. Whereas on Saturday, May 29th, the Father Judge High School boys basketball team finished its historic season by winning the 2025 PIAA Class 6A championship and cementing their legacy in Crusader history. And
whereas, under the leadership of head coach Chris Roundtree and assistant coach Jim Reeds, who both played on Judge's last Catholic League championship team in 1998, and inspired by the trials and losses of seasons prior, the Father Judge Crusaders went 24-7 this season.
I just want to take a moment of personal privilege to thank the district council member for acknowledging these young people. And as a member of PIAA District 12 Board, it's truly an honor to see Father Judge win the 6A championship. Whereas the season highlights included winning the Philadelphia Catholic League championship, which I had the privilege to be at and I can honestly say it was a phenomenal game. It was a championship game that I won't forget anytime soon. Winning the Catholic League championship for the first time in 20 years. The first state playoff run for the Crusaders culminated at the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania, when they faced off against Roman Catholic for the 2025 PIAA 6A championship. And whereas, with the score tied at 36 entering halftime, the Crusaders continue pushing with offensive excellence and a strong defense, winning the game 71-60 in the first state championship for Father Judge in school history. And
whereas, through their historic victory and exemplary sportsmanship, the Father Judge High School boys basketball team has brought tremendous pride not only to their school, but to the entire Northeast Philadelphia, and certainly to all the Judge families in my district. Establishing themselves, in Coach Rowntree's words, as the best team in Judge history, and that's really making a statement, whose legacy is now cemented in the record books as the first to achieve this milestone. Now, therefore, be it.
Resolved by the Council of the City of Philadelphia, hereby honors and congratulates the Father Judge High School boys team for winning the 2025 PIAA 6A championship, and further resolved that an engrossed copy of this resolution be presented to the Father Judge High School boys basketball team with the utmost respect and admiration of this legislative body. And Mr. President, before you bring up the athletic department leadership, I also want to congratulate the young men and the organization of Roman Catholic High School, who also has wonderful programs and has a historic legacy in this city. And I should note that Coach McNesby, who is will be a Hall of Fame coach in his own right someday, does a wonderful job with that program. But these young men behind me not only beat them once this season, not only beat them twice, but beat them 3 times. So one more time for these young men.
The chair recognizes Thomas Coyle, Athletic Director.
Gratitude. I think as you see these young men here in front of you, we're a school located in Northeast Philadelphia, and our friends from Northeast Philadelphia that represent us, Councilman O'Neill and Councilman Driscoll, we're grateful for their work. But our gratitude really, as you see these young men, I think it's important that we mentioned that championship game was played in Hershey, this great state of Pennsylvania, this Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Father Judge's basketball team represented Philadelphia, and they really represented the great things that occur in those youth organizations, in those playgrounds, in those recreation centers. These young men that stand behind me, they're young guys that went to a basketball court one day in the city of Philadelphia. And our school encompasses students that come from all across Philadelphia. They went to basketball practice, or they went to a basketball game one day with the parents, and they've been able to live out a dream. The last couple months for them have been outstanding. They've shared something that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. And that started as young people throughout the city of Philadelphia. I think the entire city should be proud of not only what our guys had accomplished, but the fact that Roman Catholic was able to accomplish so many great things. But behind me are young people who take their education serious, who are Salesian gentlemen, who make sure that they do the right things every day in school, and certainly compete at a very high level. We couldn't be more proud of them. We couldn't be more grateful to the city of Philadelphia and the opportunities that the city's provided for these young guys throughout their lives. They're grateful. We thank you for everything you do for us. Thank you.
Council will be at ease.
On behalf of the Father Judge basketball team, my name is Ryan Kilkenny. I'm an assistant coach. We'd like to thank council for having us in today. As these young men behind us, we've discussed, our motto at Father Judge is to be who you are and be that well. Our young student athletes have strived not only in the classroom with a cumulative 3.74 GPA. We also have two athletes, one who's not with us here today, Everett Barnes, who is a 4.0 student who will be going to Loyola Baltimore. Also, the state MVP, Kavere Kennedy, will be going on for a full academic and athletic scholarship to Merrimack University. as well as our other 3 seniors, Kevin Beck, who will be going to Montclair State University, Kiev Rucker, who will be playing football at Lock Haven University, and Dylan Hanley, who will be continuing to play basketball at Elizabethtown University. So again, we thank you very much for the honor to be down here today and appreciate all the support.
Council will now be at ease.
Celebration Fit for Champions, the Father Judge High School basketball team received top honors at City Hall. The Philadelphia City Council presented the Crusaders with a proclamation. The school topped off a remarkable season by beating Roman Catholic in the state title game last month. The event highlighted the team's accomplishments, their commitment to excellence, and their inspiring representation of Northeast Philly. Congrats, one and all.